Alright, it's recording. So, the boring video when I said GhostBSD is useful, and yeah, it is. The problem I had with the VirtualBox, and I think I call it VirtualBox VboxUser user drama, because the first thing is, where is it? So I would say I just show you. I mean, I tried to compile it, and I tried everything, and then I narrowed it down. I was just about to ask Robbie Noogie for help. Didn't need to, because if I wouldn't have figured it out, he would have known. I mean, he's the Das Gregor from Gentoo. He is the Robbie Noogie for BSD or FreeBSD, right? So VirtualBox, you can install it actually from that software center here. And what I installed, I mean, 7.1 gave me trouble. Where is it? Let me do it like this. So these are meta packages, alright? So you see that one I installed, and that's 6.15017. 7.1 gave me trouble. 7, I don't know. 7.2, I think, didn't give me any trouble either. So 7.1, you might have to do this with the others too. You have to install Kmod, legacy additions Kmod. You see here they are. Here are the Kmods. These are kernel modules, right? So you might have to install them, and then it should work. The OS X VirtualBox OS X, which I showed before. This one is just installing everything. This is a nice package. It just does everything it's supposed to do. And it runs now. So the problem I had, you might come from Windows, from Linux, and so you install VirtualBox and it looks all fine. And what I did, I installed it, and then now of course I got a crash, or it didn't let me work. So I had to add my user to the VBox users, right? So now I used that Linux command here, userbox and my username, and I fired it up, and yeah, then I could install VirtualBox games and every apps here. Like, where is it? Here. So you see I installed Antiques and everything is brilliant. And after I rebooted, I could not get access anymore to my software station. I said, not a big deal, just go in and work with a terminal, and I couldn't do sudo anymore. I got reported to the administrator. A whole nightmare. I said, what have I done? So I tried, okay, I did it with mate instead, yeah. Then I did the spin XFCE, which I have here. Nothing worked. I said, okay, before the update, after the update. And I tried then to, with ports, I rolled out the ports, and 6.1 didn't want to, so the one I've installed here, wouldn't install by ports. I had an error message coming up. I said, what the heck? So now I was back and forward, and then, yeah, the way I am, I had to start, try and error, step by step, tiny baby steps, and to see what's going on. So by the way, this is on my virtual machine from Unraid, with passed through USB PCI card, so 4 PCI ports. And that's where I've got my, what is it called? My sound card, you know. I got it through. A USB sound card. Oh, forgot what it is. I tell you, my brain, because I get carried away. So let's get back here first. So, and I've got my NVIDIA 3070 RTX graphic card passed through, so that it is. And you can argue, I mean, this is really nested virtual machines, right? Because I can run the VirtualBox here, but first, so in the moment I started sudo usermod -a-g vbox my username, I got kind of disqualified to run GhostBSD, and Robbie Noogie would still be sitting there and just quietly nodding, yeah, desert me, that's what you get for it. So, it does not work. This is a Linux command. It does something. It destroys your system. Then I googled, and AI gave me that command, which doesn't work. So, and I decided anyway to do it as root instead of sudo. So that's the one. Can we change colors or something? Or we just make it bold. Let's see if that works. No, it doesn't work. So This one is rubbish. We don't want it. And this is a command you want. I mean, if you can run it as sudo, but I went in here like here su, boom, password. I hope I don't get reported to the administrator. No, this time I can go in. Then I'm root, and then I copy paste this in, boom. And maybe I do it like this, and then then I put that in the description, right, from the video. So that's the way you have to add your user. Then you won't have any trouble. And I updated already, so yeah, it's fine. This way, GhostBSD, FreeBSD seems to accept my name in the user group VboxUsers. If you try this, goodbye your installation. Oh, was that annoying? I tell you, it costs so much time. And you see, I use it in Antiques because it's Linux, right? So I just, when you're in the virtual machine, whichever virtual machine you have to install the additions, right? The guest additions for that virtual machine. And then you have to add your virtual machine user in the virtual machine to the vboxsf. I call it vboxsf. So that's what it is. And there you can use your Linux command because it's a Linux machine, right? So I trust if you have a BSD running in the virtual machine, you go back to this one. That's the one you want. In a virtual machine with Linux, this is totally fine to go add yourself to the group. And this is on a Linux machine. It would also work totally fine to add yourself to the VBox users. At FreeBSD, no way, you got to do it like that, right? That's the way it works. And I try to copy it, if I'm not forgetting it, I'll copy it into the description. And then maybe I'll copy this and, yeah, for Linux, and here then I write for BSD. Because with AI is a liar, they have no clue, you know, they just nitpick something and hope it's the best, and then, oh yeah, my bad. So it doesn't work. I don't believe AI. Yeah, I learned so much from Robin Noogie. I watch his videos, by the way, a lot. But I'm also lazy, and I do like GhostBSD. When GhostBSD came out, I said, oh no, you know, that's just a guy, and this will die, and this is not going to work. And yeah, no, I was totally wrong, and I'm very happy I'm totally wrong, because it does work. He is so long going with it, and now he is actually a fortress for us, because he puts Xlibra in GhostBSD. And I think lots of BSD are going to do this now, because Xorg backpedaled for 2 years. Get your car in the garage, yeah, and then comes out without heated seats, no more mirror. Oh yeah, the reverse gear is also taken, sorry for that. And one of your wheels is not anymore 18 inches, just 15. So good luck. I mean, for what? Honestly, for what? People are so, I mean, the level of insanity, I could not imagine that anything like this could invade Linux. Well, it can't invade BSD, I would say. FreeBSD is considering something with Rust. I hope they're really not, because Rust is promising trouble. You can try Lubuntu 2510, I think it is. So I saw a video from a guy, and as soon as you use some script, they are missing commands, missing options and stuff like that. No thank you. I'll really not thank you. Yeah. So I would say it's time to have a safe and sound daily driver. And do I give up on Linux? No, of course not. I've got some virtual machine on Linux running. Like I like my GR9 is perfect to me. You see, I've got Antiques here. That is pretty nice to me too. How can I say this? People have to give up. There is no left and right. This is only to divide you guys. There is just you're pro-human or you're not pro-human. This is it. We're not always having the same opinion, but you will, like for example, if you take me, there will be things where people say, oh, he's far left. Yeah. Then I say another thing because I have a different opinion, something else. Oh, he's far right. Yeah, no, I'm actually in the middle. I'm pro-human. There is no left and right. So, back to the GhostBSD. So I will make a few videos about GhostBSD, also about the virtual machines, because this is on a virtual machine itself, right? This is on my Unraid virtualizer, but I have this nice box here, what I had in the first video about Linux GhostBSD useful. I still have that machine here. Now I know how to put that on. Once I got it there, I'm most likely going to put that on my laptop too. And for example, GhostBSD, well, I'm impressed with it. Like with GhostBSD on my laptop, I had it there before. Did I? I think it was, yeah. When the browser was overwhelmed, taking too much memory, guess what kicked the bucket? That was the browser, not the system. The system just worked fine. When I was compiling here from ports, when ports was running, trying to install VirtualBox 6.1, you can see I've got 10 CPUs here. They all were running and quite some memory, 12.4 gigabyte for that virtual machine here. So I actually had then all CPUs 100%. And if, at least how I remember, when I had it in Linux, because the ports were running and I wanted to see what do I got, so actually like this. But they were all running on 100%. In Linux, usually you might have to wait a moment until you get a small frequency time where it can open the window. Then things are freezing easily. So I don't know what they do different in the BSD kernel, but the BSD kernel seems to prioritize the operating system first, and then application. Yeah, you could say everything is an application, but it seems some are more essential for the system to run, and some are programs you use, right? So I might be wrong with that, but I'm still impressed because what I've seen, and it works just fine. And I also like the idea. So when we go to ports, the next video is again, of course, hplib install, because my old video is not actual anymore with port fetch and stuff like that. So we do it a little bit different. To make it more actual, right? If you go now with GhostBSD 25 something, do they tell me here? Ah. Yeah, oh yeah, oh! Yeah, okay, it's FreeBSD 14.3. It's not on the 15 yet, which is okay to me, totally alright. Okay. Alright, just playing around, so we don't have to play around here. So, there will be a little bit more BSD videos coming, but does it say goodbye to Linux? Oh, no way, not yet. So we can't just surrender all the work, these decades of work people put into Linux, and now there come a few black ops operatives which infiltrated Linux and starting to tear it down from the inside, right? That's what they do. We're not giving up so easily. But, you know, we'll see. There are lots of people, they're already forking stuff out when good projects are infiltrated. XFCE was my favorite, but if they go crazy, then there is Mate. There are other good, like LXQT. I have to see who is not going full ballistic political. Yeah, they can have their opinion. If it's different to mine, of course they're wrong, but they can still have it. Right? Because rule number 1, I'm always right. Rule number 2, if somebody has a different opinion, rule number 1 will be enforced. That's it. So, yeah, and I think I put that in because that can cause you so much trouble like I had. You know, you use as Linux user to put your user name to the group, and you use a Linux command, which is nice for Linux. But look, this looks totally different here. Huh? That's the one what FreeBSD accepts. The other one gets accepted too, but it gets disqualified. You're no more playing with your FreeBSD. I figured out the hard way. It cost me, I don't know how many hours. My poor little dog thought I don't love her anymore. We don't go for walks, but we did. So all is good at the DZMe Linux house. And yeah, so here it is. And you have also no problem here. Which one do I have? So where's my virtual machine here? There. Because, like in settings here, so I have always, or like to have, a shared folder here, right? So if I go in settings, so I put the download folder through, folder name is downloads, of course, and where I mount it is in home dirk host. Then I know it's okay, it's on a host machine, right? Very smart. So if I fire this up, there we go. There comes my Antiques. And I can show you something, because if you fire up Antiques, because it's very lightweight, and I love it, I really like it. I even installed the 32-bit version, and that's an amazing machine too then. It's really nice. Let's see if that works. Click. Because you get this screen at best case. So it does this because here I went in, oh, where is it? Application. It's in preference, I think, for some reason. Erandra. Click, click. So I went in here. Then I went into outputs, virtual, resolution. So I chose 1920 by 1080. Then I clicked here, this one. Yep, worked. But so if you don't do anything and you reboot, it's gone. Then you have the tiny window again. So I saved it as default. I just put in default. It puts the .sh script pass by itself. So I only put default. When it fires up, it automatically reads the default, and that's the resolution because I saved it. Right? So that makes it easy. So you don't have to always fight it. And of course, I made this huge mistake at Antiques and put the panel on the button. I was crying, you know, but then I lost conscious for pain. And when I came back to conscious, I just put it on the top, which is absolutely easy. You go in here, settings, preferences, taskbar, go to the top, you click it. But then you have to save modification. Otherwise, it's still on the bottom. And then you still get knocked out again. So, and who want to be always knocked out in front of his own computer? So, I haven't run updates yet, software installer, but I think that's their software installer. Let's have a look. Because like Linux Lite and MX, they have their own package thing. Yeah, that's pretty nice here. See, there it is. I'm all good with that. So, click, click. And yeah, I like Antiques. I don't like anybody who goes political on Linux. This has never been a political party. Linux were people working for people. And there was no nationality or language, skin color barrier or whatsoever. That's total nonsense. While I see people said, oh, you can't use OnlyOffice anymore. It's from the Russian. No, it's from the OnlyOffice developer. This is how it is, from humans. For humans, to humans. Yeah, made from humans, for humans. This is what it is. There is no nationality. Whoever tells you this is absolute nonsense. This is divide and conquer. Did I just get carried away? Yeah, I guess so. So go back here in the file manager. And if I go to home, you have to double click here. Host, look at that. Ran. In the beginning, when you put this through, you can't write on it. So I wasn't so smart. Where is my... Yep. I'll show you what I did. That might help you a little bit here. So I thought, okay, gmod -r, capital R, of course, 777. Dirk host, that did it actually. But I also had to, I mean, the first thing is you have to insert, of course, VBox Linux additions, and in the VirtualBox you just go in devices, insert this. Usually it's downloading it, then you say insert it, then it does. Maybe I can make an extra video about it. But however, you have to run this. And then gmod R777 will not do it alone either. Now you have to add your user to the vboxsf group, and then you have access to your shared folder. I'll make another video about it. When I go first, I'll go a little bit more into GhostBSD. But however, so if I ever need anything I can't have on my GhostBSD, I'll just go to my Linux distribution like I do anyway on my laptop, right? Because I've got my working VirtualBox machines. Like for work, that's Salix, and that stays Salix because it's just nice. It does a good job. And now I changed from MX25 kicked the bucket in my virtual machine. You know, in VirtualBox you get that warning, the kernel is in danger because of that and that. Yeah, and it didn't go away. Usually you get that message, it boots through, but the MX gave up, it doesn't boot through anymore. And I've got the same error message for a very short time on my GR9, which I have now for my YouTube channel virtual machine. But it goes through like I expected it to do. So, and it does it. Well, it's doing a good job. So I'm happy with what I got. So I just changed from MX25 back to my GR for my YouTube channel machine, and that is it. But yeah, it goes now back on real hardware, even though it seems I've got 0 problems here to run virtual machines in my virtual machine. Which is funny, I nested. That's pretty cool. And yeah, one moment. I'll use this in here and put that in here. And then I will just put that in the description. So, I hope somebody watched this, or somebody who really needs it is going to watch. user2 group text, and I put it into, oh, that's the host, okay. Oh yeah, that's a virtual machine already, okay. So, let's open this, VM home, user group text, I put it in documents. So, I'll open that up again. Yeah, I make it complicated, you know, it's just copy, paste. So that's my server, right? So I've just copied onto the server, because on my laptop there's where I got my virtual machines running. So usually my laptop is my working machine, because it's always on. But we'll see. Because while I'm here, these machines are far more powerful than my laptop. See, I've got quite a few more CPUs, I've got far more RAM. Having said, it's the same RAM here, but I can give it still more if I need to or want to. But the other hardware I have is an AMD G4950. And that has 32 gigabyte RAM, I think. So that is pretty neat. I might use that now for working here, but I just haven't found a place where to put it. Got too many boxes, cables, and oh, what do I have flying around here? Looks like a nightmare for now. Alright, that is that. So you can see, but the next video is... Oh, I don't have to save that anymore. Oh, no, I don't have to save that. The next video is about installing HP lib, and that will be a very quick video. I try to keep my talking to minimum. I can't avoid it. And that's just what it is. So, simple screen record. Everything's recording. Alright guys, then I hope to see you in the next video. And this will be a little bit of GhostBSD series, but also focused on virtual machine and how to make it work the way you actually want it to work. Not that you just caged with your operating system in it, right? Okay guys, stay safe, stay sound, stay out of the DDoS attack from the media, and have a good day. Bye bye.